He's too good. Too good, too good, too good, too good to not believe. Too good to not believe. Too good to not believe. Thank you, Julian. Too good. He's been good. He's been good. He's been good. He's been good. He has been good. Come on, let's give him a round of applause. He's more than good, more than good, more than good. Today I'm excited. I'm excited today. Who's excited today? Amen. I'm excited because today we start a new series called Grow, Multiply, and Thrive. Grow, multiply, and thrive. And I know that God is doing something amazing in the midst of the people that are here and that are watching even online. And I just want to set the standard and set the platform. We're about to grow, not only in numbers, not only in people, but we're about to grow inside. And everything you do, moving forward, you won't be the same after this series. So you don't want to miss it. And you also want to bring somebody with you and tell them you don't want to miss it, because God is going to talk and we're going to listen. So grow, multiply, and thrive. I just want to read this Bible story really quickly to you. If you could stand up on your feet, or stay standing up on your feet really quickly for me. Luke chapter 17, and we're going to start in verse 11. And look what it says. Now, on his way to Jerusalem, Jesus traveled along the border between Samaria and Galilee. As he was going into the village, 10 men who had leprosy, say leprosy with me, leprosy, met him and stood at a distance and called out in loud voice, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." When he saw them, he said, "Go, show yourselves to the priest." As they went, they were cleansed. One of them, how many? When he saw he was healed, he came back praising God in loud voice. He threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him, and he was a Samaritan. Jesus asked, "Were not all 10 cleansed? Where are the other 9? No one has returned to give praise to God except this foreigner." Then he said to him, "Rise and go. Your faith has made you well." Man, I'm excited today. I'm really excited today, really excited to preach this to you, because I believe that God is going to grow and he's going to multiply, and you're about to thrive in your life and in everything you do. So you may be seated. And thank you so much for the worship team. Can we give a round of applause to the worship team? Thank you so much. Grow, multiply, and thrive. This is going to be exciting, as there is something that I want to bring to your attention today that is going to be very important for you to understand in this series. I think about this story, and I think about the leprosy that it speaks about right off the bat. And I think about how sickness was dealt with back in time. Back in the days when you had a sickness such as leprosy, or something physically that people can attribute to you, what ended up happening is that you couldn't be next to anyone. You were cast out from society, may I say. And what ended up happening is that not only were you cast out, not only were you taken out from your friends and your families and the dinner tables and all that other stuff, you also, anytime that you were around the people that were cleaned, you had to scream out, "I'm unclean." Can you imagine? So I started thinking about how that would work for us in today's society. How we would start actually saying out loud our conditions. Would you believe that? Right now, if we had that same rule, and you would have to walk next to somebody that was supposedly clean and say, "I'm an addict. I have pride issues. I'm unfaithful. I'm not a giver. I have anger issues." That would be horrible, right? No one would want to be next to you right off the bat. It's like, man, what's going on? This person has a lot of issues. And I started thinking, man, this is a horrible way to meet someone. You couldn't even say, "Hey, my name is Brina. How are you doing? Yeah, I sing. Yeah, I might have some issues here and there, but it doesn't matter." No, you couldn't even say your name or where you were from. You couldn't even picture or state what type of person you are character-wise. "Hey, listen, I'm this way and I'm that way. I just have this type of sickness." No, immediately meeting someone, you had to say, "I'm unclean." I started thinking, I could only imagine people judging people for what they look in the outside. That doesn't happen in this culture, obviously. We love everybody, all skin colors, ethnicity, every part of everyone. But I was more concerned even in the inside of someone. If we can really open up the windows to your real inside life, how would it look like? Would you even want anyone to look at it in the first place? Because that is a private type of setting where you don't even allow sometimes even the closest people to you to even that particular spot. And this is what's happening in this story. The story starts off with Jesus walking towards Jerusalem. And he's in between Galilee and Samaria. And I want to make you understand what's going on. Jesus is not a type of person that is afraid to go to different places. See, the Jewish tradition was Samaritans and Jewish people didn't get along with each other. It was a separate identity. It was separate cultures. It was separate differences. And so Jesus is walking in the middle of those differences. He's walking between Galilee and Samaria. He walks with the people that had packed and also was walking in the side of the area where people were the unwanted. And so it let me know right off the bat that Jesus did not have favoritism. His job was very clear. It was to save, heal, and restore. It didn't matter if you came from Jerusalem or not. It didn't matter if you came from Galilee. It didn't matter if you came from a place of wealth. It didn't matter if you came from a poor place. It didn't matter where you came from. Jesus was there to heal, restore, and save. And I see this beautiful picture happening. I see this beautiful picture in front of our eyes, this story. And Jesus is walking, and out of nowhere, 10 leopards. Now, leprosy, for those that you don't know, I'm going to just give you certain things that a leopard had to go through. You ready? So number one, leprosy is a chronic, curable in this time, infectious disease, mainly causing skin lesions, nerve damage, and leprosy is caused by an infection, and it mainly affects the skin of the person, eyes, nose, and nerves. Leprosy can be cured now that we have the medicine to do so. And guess how long it takes to cure leprosy? It takes about 1 to 2 years to cure leprosy, even with all the technology that we have today. So you can imagine when Jesus was walking in that time, or in Jesus's time, I better say, leopards did not have a cure. They were walking with this infectious disease that would immediately show on their skin and on their outer exterior side, no, not mattering if they were good people inside. So I want you to understand this. You can have an infection on the outside and still be good on the inside, but you will still cast it out. Because I want to take you through the emotional situations that these leopards had to go through. Imagine you being a good father or a good mother. Imagine you being a good son or a good leader. And because of how you look in the outside, you are judged. And just imagine. And so they were casted out, ostracized by their own people because they had an infection that they didn't even know how they got it. And now, everything that they know, their family, their friends, their loved ones, society, is gone and taken from them because of an infectious disease that they have received. I want to also let you know that if leprosy was not treated, or if leprosy is not treated, the results can be so damaging that the nerves can be afflicted and it can create paralysis and blindness. And I started just researching what leprosy does to you. And I started understanding, wait a minute, not only does it affect your skin, but if there is no treatment, it also affects your movement. Not only does it affect your movement, it can affect your vision. And I don't know about you, but in this day and era, we can't afford for something that serious to occur because a Christian person or a Jesus follower without movement or without vision, they couldn't get nothing done. It was like, not only am I casted out, not only am I judged by an infection that I did not try to get myself, on top of that, I have a chance to be completely immobilized and blind. This is a bad situation to be in. And so I started understanding that leprosy gets even worse because some of the experts say that the nerves are damaged so bad that literally they cannot feel any pain. So if they go through something that we would go through that have nerve endings and we can feel things, if they were to go through certain things like that, they wouldn't be able to feel it. So I started thinking, leprosy shows on your skin. it can cause blindness, it can cause paralysis, it can cause your nerve endings, the things that help you feel things, it can cause that to be damaged as well. And now all we have is a person that looks like they're going through hell on the outside. They can't feel anything anymore because of the paralysis. They have lost vision and possibly mobility. I said, whoa. I just thought that leprosy was just itching. I have to make you understand that when I was reading this, I couldn't fathom. I said, man, that's our generation. Those are our parents in this culture. That's what's happening right now in society. We have a lot of people that have been infected with not the truth, that they can't move, they can't see properly, and now they don't feel. I started thinking, what in your life has made you feel that you can no longer see right? What in your life is causing your nerve or your emotional things that make you feel that you can't feel it anymore? I've been broken, and I'm not going to be broken again. I've been hurt, but I'm not going to be hurt again. I felt this, but I'm not going to feel it again. And what happens is that you have a group of society or a group of people that don't feel anything for anyone never again. You see it now. You see a woman that needs help and people just pass by her. You see people that are in the streets that need money and we pass right by them. We see culture going all the way to the left and we just say, you know what, it's okay. Just do what you do. I'm good. I started to think the condition of what's going on today in this society looks a lot like leprosy, because it hasn't been treated right. It hasn't been treated right. I know that you're going through what you're going through, and you're saying through God everything is possible, but something in your life has not been treated correctly. And today is the day that God is calling you, and he's saying it needs to be dealt with the right way. Because if it doesn't get dealt with the right way, it's going to cause you to see wrong. It's going to limit your mobility to be able to do what I've called you to do. I need you to understand this. Jesus is walking. These 10 lepers come, and you already know their condition. I have to say this. Lepers found each other, and they found refuge. I started to understand, because they were casted out by the people, the only thing that united them was their sickness. Because you're a leopard, I'm a leopard. And so we can hang out together now because we are already contagious. So we can't go and see other people, but we can talk to each other. And I need to tell you something. Be careful that you don't relate to anyone that has your same condition and you stay in your condition together, because when there is comfortability, there is stagnant. I got comfortable because I relate to this person. This person they do the same thing as I do. So now I'm going to just hang out with this person, and I'm just going to hang out. And we never look for someone that can possibly help us get us out of that condition. You see it all the time. Broke people hang out with broke people. No one in the group ever says, hey, shouldn't we change the way we do finances? No one. It's the same thing. You want to go out? Oh, you want to go out? All right, cool. Let's spend some money over here. Yeah, no, let's spend some money. And guys, listen to me. There's no judgment, because I'll be the first one to spend some money. If you let me fast, I'll spend it. But there needs to be a change of pace, where you find someone and you connect with somebody is not like you. There needs to be a need that you go, no, I have financial problems, so I need to link up with someone that knows how to save. I don't pray a lot, so I need to link up with someone that prays a lot. I don't fast, but I need to link up with somebody that knows how to fast. But the problem is that we go with what I relate to rather than what changes me. I'd rather not being told the truth. I'd rather stay in my lane. I'd rather no one hurt my feelings, so I'm gonna hook up with somebody that relates to me. And guess what? A fool plus a fool equals disaster. You need people that will challenge you. You need people that will pray for you. You need people that will say, stop gossiping. Let's pray for that person. But we don't have it. What we find is someone that is in our box. Oh, you're an introvert? Yeah, I'm an introvert too. Yeah, that's crazy. And they stay in their introvert box. And what they really need is an extrovert to say, hey, man, you can do that too, man. You can do it. But we stay in what we feel comfortable in. I'm a leopard, you're a leopard, so it makes sense. And not only that, when you have a couple of people that can stay comfortable in their lane, it also causes an infectious spirit to actually have other people join you in the same mindset. It would be okay if these people were stay leopards, or if you had a disability or an issue where you feel like, man, this is a problem for me, I need to fix it. But no, what they do is, you have a problem, join our group. Join it. And they pick you out of the group so you can make their group bigger. Now, instead of one miserable person, you have 10 miserable persons or people. No one decides to change the course. And what we are doing to ourselves is that we are staying stagnant. There is no growth. There is no multiplication. There is no thriving. You know why? Because it takes challenges. It takes for someone to push you. It takes for correction to have the proper growth that you need. It really does. And so these 10 leopards are gathered all together in a community of leopards. So cool. You have the same issue I do. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. Does anybody know how to heal? No, not me. I'm a leopard too. How about you? Nope, I'm a leopard as well, man. Yeah, they kicked me out. They kicked you out too? Wow, that's crazy. And that's how we feel comfortable. Yeah, no, that church didn't like you. Yeah, no, that church didn't like me either. Yeah, no, God is not real. I know, I mean, like, for me, it's like, it's a little bit, and we allow this group to grow instead of one looking for help and saying, wait a minute, I can't stay in this funk anymore. I can't stay in this mindset. I can't stay in this pattern. I need to grow. And I want to tell you something. God, you'll see through these series that God actually wants you to grow. I want you to, if you write anything down, I want you to write this. God wants you to grow. And he wants you to multiply, and he wants you to thrive. The problem is, what surrounds you, you allow it to make part of who you are, instead of giving them a taste of what God is. So we have 10 leopards. And I find this story very intriguing, because what ends up happening is that these leopards stand from a distance, as they should. They stand at a distance as they should, because they are leopards. And Jesus is a clean person. He doesn't have no leprosy. And so they stand at a distance and they go, Jesus, have pity on us. I want you to understand this really quickly. They stand at a distance, and what they're supposed to scream is unclean. What they are supposed to scream is unclean, but they don't. They scream out because they're tired of being unclean. Have you ever been tired of actually being tired? They scream out, Jesus! And here's the problem, that you've been screaming out and you've been shouting out what you think that you're supposed to be shouting out. And what you do is that you hinder yourself and you characterize yourself as that. I'm unclean. And Jesus wants to change your vocabulary today. He wants you to change your mindset. Stop yelling to everyone your condition and start telling everyone who can save you from your condition. We have a lot of Christian people that all they do is lower their heads and they feel bad for themselves. They go, oh my God, I gotta be this, I gotta be that. Yeah, no this, yeah, no that. And in reality, when people look in the inside, they go, wow, that's a whole bunch of defeated people there. I feel defeated, so why join them? In reality, what we should be saying is, I know it's hard, but God is with me. I know that I went through that, but God is with me. I know that I feel this way, but God is with me. And when people see what you have, they want to be a part of that. From a distance, they screamed, Jesus, have pity on us. Jesus, have pity on us. Jesus, look what he says. Go. Go. Where? Go. Go and show yourselves to the priest. Now, I want to explain this to you because it's not going to make any sense. For them to show themselves in front of the priest, they have to be clean, but they weren't. They're not clean. They can't show themselves in front of the priest. They're leopards. And so Jesus tells them, go. And I want you to understand this. I feel like sometimes I want to go inside of your brain and like move some of the stuff that you have in there, like depression and anxiety and all these other things, and kick it out. I feel like doing that sometimes, but I'm too big to fit in your brain. Jesus doesn't wait for them to be cleansed to tell them to go. Listen. For all the people that feel super holy today, this is not your service, it's okay. With their issues and their thoughts and their leprosy and their paralysis and their lack of vision and the lack of feeling anything, he tells them, go. What? Shouldn't we get healed first? No, I want you to go. It doesn't make sense because I can't show up to the priest like this. I need to be cleansed. What Jesus was trying to tell them is, do you have enough faith in my go? Do you have enough faith in my go that you won't look at your leprosy and say, I can't, God, because I have leprosy? God doesn't care about the leprosy that you have. He cares if you honor his go. I may not be where I want to be, but he told me to go. My skin still feels kind of itchy, but I'm still gonna go. I still battle with depression and anxiety, but I'm still gonna go. I don't do very well with people, but I'm still gonna go. I don't preach very well, but that's what he told me to do, so I'm gonna go. It's walking in the midst of your condition that the miracle occurs. He sees that you're weak, but that's not what's going to make the miracle happen. It's his go and your obedience. So they're going. Whew. And I could just imagine the conversation. Man, what's going to happen when we get to the high priest? But like, we still have leprosy, man. I don't know. He just said go. All right, cool. Do you know what you're going to eat when finally the leprosy comes off? Because we haven't been at the table like other people. Do you know who you're going to meet first or who you're going to go see? Yeah, I'm going to go see my mom, man. Probably haven't seen her in 2 years. That's awesome, man. You know, I'm going to go see my brother. Wait, man. You don't look the same anymore, bro. Something is clearing up in your body. You'll help me with this. This is what it looks like when you're following Jesus and people don't look at you the same. It's when you were here in this point and you were the liar, and all of a sudden you followed the go of Jesus and you started walking and people said, wait, you don't look like that person anymore. You don't look like what you used to look like anymore. And it's okay because I'm following what he told me. And I can imagine them being happy. They were all in the same condition for a while. And they were like, yo, oh my God, Cameron, you don't look like the same anymore. You changed, man. You're a good husband now. You know, before, no, I'm playing. Cameron is a good husband. But they got happy with their situation. And so they said, oh man, now we can really show ourselves in front of the priest. Woo! And God did the miracle. Amen. I finished my sermon. That's not my point. Their faith healed them. But there was someone that turned around. Listen. They all got healed. So they're walking. Wow, you got healed. Wow, that's awesome. That's amazing. Wow, we got healed. That's crazy. Alex, you got healed. That's awesome. There was one of them that said, wait! They said, no, we can't wait. We got to go see the high priest. He's the one that's going to give us the chance to be again in community. No. Wait. I don't think we understand who we were in front of. I don't think we comprehend who we just had a conversation with. They said, man, dude, you're losing it, man. He said go and we're healed. That's it, bro. We're just gonna go. We're gonna go. We're gonna honor the priest, and we're gonna honor the ritual, and we're gonna honor what we want and what we feel like. He said, no, you don't understand. There's something that has been growing inside of me as I was walking. There's something that's growing inside of me as the scales fell down. I don't know what it is, but it's gratitude. They said, bro, we don't know what you're talking about. We're all happy. He said, no, you don't understand. Even if I go show myself in front of the priest and I'm clean and I'm able to go back to society and able to go to my mediocre life, I'm still not happy, because what I just experienced, no one could have ever done for me. And I started thinking, wow, the nation of Israel is like this. And this is a great representation of who we are here on earth, because the nation of Israel went through miracles and God doing amazing things, and God did some great things like opening the Red Sea and feeding them in the desert and doing miracles upon miracles, yet they still didn't get it. I started to think, wait a minute, it's 1 out of 10 that comes back. And Jesus realizes this. I said, oh my God, we are like that. Because we're interested in the benefits and in the miracle. We want God to do the miracle. God, I pray that you do this miracle in my favor. God, I pray that you bless me in this. God, I want you to bless me in that. And God does it because God is sovereign and God listens to your prayers. But we don't get it though. It's more important that we have a relationship with the healer than the healing. It's more important that we have a relationship with the miracle worker than the miracle. And they didn't get it. They didn't get it because I'm clean. I'm walking in my purpose. I'm going to where my destiny is supposed to be. But you forgot who sent you. And so he said, wait a minute, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. I feel like something is growing inside of me, and I feel like I wanna teach you something. Growing in God is different, because growing in God requires for you to be in God. And it requires for you to have relationship with God. I'm not talking about, listen to me. I'm not talking about growing financially. I'm not talking about growing in prophecy. I'm not talking about growing in talents. I'm not talking about growing in your gifts. I'm not talking about growing and expanding your family. I'm talking about growing in a relationship with God. That he'll be the ultimate desire of your heart. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I realized, Brina? That he was going back, but he had no need. And I asked myself, how many of us do that? that we can go to his presence without having a need. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. I don't need no cars. I don't need no house. I don't need no family. I don't need no money. I don't need nothing. All I need is to lay down here and just worship your name. That's all I need. I didn't, the leper didn't come back to receive. He came to give. He came to give. How many of the times do we give back to everything that God has done in your life? He blesses us beyond compare, gives us wives or husbands, gives us family, gives us children, gives us talents, gives us gifts, and all we do is ask for more. God, if you can please give me this, and then God, if you can please give me that. When are we gonna go back and start growing as mature Christians and say, I didn't come to ask you for nothing. All I came to say is thank you. All I came to give you was my gratitude, because you deserve it. I didn't come to ask you for a brand new car. Leave me with the car that has no AC. No, God, please provide AC in Florida. But I came to thank you today. I came to thank you today. I didn't come to ask you for anything. And that's the point. You know that you're growing when you didn't come to ask. You came to give thanks. You're growing when you're giving thanks. And I'm not saying not to ask God anything. He's our provider. He's Jireh. He is our provider. But there is moments where you have to take yourself out of the picture. You know what he noticed? He said, no. We're heading towards a priest, but a priest was in front of us. We're going to get reinstated, but he already said the word. And I came to tell you today that it's harder to be that one than the other 9. I can just imagine his friends saying, hey man, you've already been cast out of society and you're leaving us too. He said, I don't care about society. To be reinstated, I mean. I don't care about friendships if it limits me to know who God is in my life. I can care less what direction you're going. I know what direction I need to be going in. You know when you're growing? When you're the one. That's when you know you're growing. When you're not part of the 9 going this way. You say, wait a minute. I know everybody's asking, but today, I ain't come to ask you anything. I ain't call you to ask for anything. I just called to give you thanks. Thank you for what you have been in my life. Thank you for giving us undeserving love. Thank you for giving me everything that I need. You know what I relate this story to? I relate it to me and my wife. My wife, which is back there, babe, I love you. She said she doesn't like gifts if it doesn't come with actions. And I'm gonna explain. Me and my wife are very different. If she gives me a gift, I'm elated. I'm happy. She does not need to do anything else. She bought me already. But when it comes to her, she's not the same. Because the gift doesn't mean more to her than the giver. And so when I present her a gift and I go, oof, I bought myself at least 2 weeks, I'm thinking to myself, that's what it is. That same day we can end up in a fight. And I go, didn't I give you something? She goes, you think that means something to me? What means more is your actions towards who I am. And I came to tell somebody and encourage you. What type of gift are you giving God? Are you presenting him your Sundays? I went to church. Cool. Now I could do the rest of the week. Or is your life connected to what you're giving? God, I just love you, God. Not only on Sunday, but when tomorrow happens, I still love you. And I'm planted inside of you. And my decisions and my family belong to you. I'm not talking about you going on Sunday and still making up what you want to do on Monday or Wednesday. I'm talking about you are completely submitted to what he is saying and talking to your heart about. Today, I encourage you. Be that one that said, I can't continue going. Not like this. Not like this. First, he needs to cleanse me. Second, I need to start yelling out the proper word, which is Jesus, not unclean. And third of all, I need to thank him. I need to thank him. So I invite you today, if you could please stand out on your feet. Just give me 2 more minutes. And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to do like an inventory, like a flashback of everything that God has done for you so far. And if you can't think about one, think about why you're still breathing. And I just want you to give him thanks. I want you to give him thanks because you grow when you are standing on gratitude. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you today. Thank you for what you are doing in our lives. We thank you because without you, we wouldn't be here. And today we didn't call on you to ask you for anything. All we want to do is give you thanks. Thank you. Because when we deserve hell, you provided us with heaven. When we deserved condemnation, you provided us with salvation. And we thank you. 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 Thank you. Just right there, tell him.